10 o'clock on February 2nd, 2020. It's Super Bowl Sunday. I am going to take a shot at this. I'm going to head out here on this Castle Trail. I am here. I'm going to go on this Castle Trail and loop around and see Medicine Root Trail. Now, standing here by the registration and viewing the mud here, I probably am here too early and probably won't make it very far. But I'm going to register and see how far I can make it and go from here. But got to stand in mud to head out. I already saw some bighorn sheep right up at the parking lot there. So I'm going to go register and go see a new area that I've never been before. Well, so far, I'm just not very far from the trailhead. It's been seriously muddy. Don't know how far I'm going to make it. This is sort of what the trail looks like right here. But there's no hill for a climber. A little breeze, about, it's over 40 degrees, I think. It's 10 o'clock in the morning when I started. Got a little runoff. I'm sure I'll run into several of these little challenges. That's why you go out there, to see what you can see and deal with the challenges. So here I go. Gonna cross this creek. Probably don't want to try to film that. I'll probably slip and fall. Well, this might not work. Too much mud. Afraid of that. You never know till you try. Gotta get my poles out. I already slid down a mud hill on my ass. Biffed it. So I gotta go over here and if I can't see it. Looks like a mud pile here, so I gotta get my poles out. God dang it. If a little drier would be awesome, but I think I'm gonna be turned around. And I wish I wouldn't have came here today, but see if I get lucky and see if I can get lucky and not have more of this. Because if there's more of this, I just got to go back. So that's what's happening today. Okay, so unless this trail goes uphill pretty soon, I'm gonna have to turn around. It's gonna be a neat hike someday, but it might not be today. Right over there is the trail, and it's basically a mud hole. So I'm not even a half mile from the car. I have already slipped and landed on my ass in the mud. Broke the zipper to my North Face pants. Got cactus stickers in my hands. and I'm just getting started. So let's see what I can find next. I'm gonna head up that little thing and see if it's too much mud. Here I go. Just walked into what I was just a bit ago talking about. This ice right here is a welcome sight. I hope I find more of that. I can walk on that. So I'm on the Castle Trail. See where it takes me. Yay! I get up out of that low-lying area. A little better walking here. Something to note, the really cool thing is they got those little markers there. marking the Castle Trail. So sort of like Karen's, but they're easy to see. They're red, and they're quite often so far, so it isn't hard to figure it out. There's another one right down there. Had my doubts 4 minutes ago. Now spirits are high. I may just get to do this. I'm sure I'll run into more mud, but if it isn't constantly, you know, I can deal with challenges. So neat. I better get going. But yeah, this has been a slow start. Oh well. It's the Badlands. That's why they call them bad. It was trying to really discourage me at first. It hasn't been too bad. I'm about 2 miles down the road now. Been a little muddy, but it's flat and, you know, really interesting. At times, that's the trail. At times. But it's really worth it. Little breeze, not much wind, and about at least 40 degrees. I'm bragging that isn't too bad. And now I kind of came into this low-lying mud lake. I don't know how I'm going to get through here. I can either charge right through that mud, or I'm going to maybe go over that grassland and see if I can get over to that dry dirt over there. So, onward. Let's see how this turns out. I'm going to call this the unnamed waterfall. It's not big, but it is a waterfall. Just got done hiking through what I'll call the meadow of mud. We'll see how I go from here, but this is just great. The weather's beautiful. Love exploring. Can't beat this. I think I'm only the third person that's been out here this year, if everybody registered. Now it looks like I'm going to get a break from the mud. Certainly hope so. Not going to get as many miles as I wanted, but oh well, I'll make up for it. Love the adventure. This looks great. I'm going that way, and there's dry dirt. Way in the distance there, and over there, I don't have any idea for sure, but there's a reason they call this the Castle Trail. And somewhere I read they call it the Castle Trail because there's rock formations that look like castles on the hill. That might be one of them. We'll see. I'm going to head out, make some time now, I hope. I think I made it to about a mile from the end of the Castle Trail. I got up there in this forest of tumbleweeds, and that was cool. And my turnaround time was absolutely going to be 12 o'clock. Well, I did pretty good. I turned at about 12:10, 4.5 miles in. I haven't seen another soul until just a bit ago, and I saw, probably coming from the other end, a young couple and a dog. And I saw them up ahead through the tumbleweed forest. And I decided that'd be a good sign to turn around. So I did. And now I'm going to try to get back to the car on time to get home, on time for kickoff. It's probably very doable, except I'm going to push it a little bit because instead of going straight back the way I came, which I know I would make it, I'm going to go up here to the junction of Castle Trail and Cedar Pass Trail and Medicine Root Trail. I'm going to go on the Medicine Root Trail back. It's I don't know what it'll be. It could be, you know, a mud lake, so it could slow me down. But my intention is to be at the car before 3 o'clock. I ought to be able to make it if I don't piddle around doing this very long. So we'll see how I do. Here I go. Kind of tired, right near the end. I decided that if I'm going to do these so-called hike-umentary, at the lack of a better word, we'll call it hike-umentary. Wow, look at that. I get sidetracked easy, but that there is something I can't take because it's illegal, but that's a little fossilized seashell. I just looked down and found it. Amazing. Kind of why you come out here, I guess. I don't know if that'll show up, but that certainly is a seashell. Anyway, back to what I was saying is, if I'm going to do these things, I'm going to start them with a kind of an introduction of what I think I'm going to do during the day. And then if I'm not just whooped or out of daylight too bad, I think I should do a summary of what happened during the day. And looking back at this day, which is a fantastic day, you know, yesterday I worked 8 hours on my feet, was dog tired, went home. Thanks for our hiking group. Kept me going out the door, so I went out and got my 5-mile walk in. And then this morning I got up and I asked myself, what in the heck is wrong with me? I always kind of go through this. I wonder, why am I going through all of this to get out there and do these adventures? And on the way here I question myself, and then I wonder if things will work and so forth. But gosh, every time it turns out to be worth it, and I'm really glad that I went. So I got to get over that questioning thing in the early part of the day. So when I got here today, really cool, there was right in the parking lot, the bighorn sheep were right there. So I got some snapshots of them. I didn't film them, there's people in the way, but there's a couple people there. So then I took off, went over to try to register, and the registration was a mud hole, so it didn't look that encouraging at that point. I opened the registration thing to try to get a paper out and a pen. I dropped the pen into the mud hole. So I had that going for me. When I reached down to get my pen, I dropped my phone holder into the mud hole. So then I got that organized, and then I walked about less than a quarter of a mile, and I slid down a slippery slope and landed right on my ass. So then I once again dropped my phone in the mud hole. And then I got my poles out and decided that I probably won't go very far today. Well, that didn't turn out to be so. This turned out to be just a great hike, beautiful weather, 40-some degrees, almost no wind in the morning, got a little breezy in the afternoon. I hiked most of the Castle Trail, probably within a mile the other end. When I got to the other end, I did run into a young couple with their dog, and I took that as a sign. I was probably a mile away from the other end. I took that as a sign to turn around. They were trying to talk to their dog, and the dog wasn't listening, of course. And so I turned around there with hopes to doing the Medicine Trail, which I just got done doing. And the Medicine Trail kind of loops out in the pasture like I expected. A lot of tall grass. I thought I might see wildlife there. I didn't see much. I did kick up some muleys towards the end. And then just a bit ago when I was finishing out here, I was coming off of the medicine trail and I looked down at the Castle Trail, and there was a family of 4 hiking. So those are the only people I saw out here. A lot of people don't know what they're missing. This is beautiful. It's February 2nd, Super Bowl Sunday. And you know, I questioned it, and it was muddy at times, of course, and this has got to be the slickest mud in the earth. Man, this stuff is slippery and sticky. That don't make sense, but it's true. Sticks to you, and it's really slippery. You can about biff it very easily. But mud and water, and oh boy, but at times it was muddy, at times it wasn't, but at all times there was tremendous scenery. So it was just excellent. Glad I got my feet wet and dove in to see how far I could go. So that's about the summary of the day. And other than I'm sitting right here finding fossilized seashells, that's pretty cool. I'm sure this is a snail, and I'm out in the Badlands. So my trail thought for the day is you got to break a few eggs to make an omelet. Okay, I'm going to head back to the car. Just about there. I stopped down in here because there wouldn't be wind. Hopefully this recording worked. I'm going right on through here, and then the car is probably a quarter mile away. Excellent, excellent adventure. Highly recommended.